So episode 5 of The Penguin. Let's talk about it. Let's review it. What a bloody banger.
Oh, yeah.
Sofia Gigante.
Hey, maiden name. She whips out her maiden name. Yeah. And she does have
Gigante.
she
No
has a huge
Gigante.
she has a huge swinging gigante in this one, let me tell you. Things flopping around out there. Look, I mean, the way that she deals with the cops after the previous bonker sauce of the last episode, I was like, oh, she's a boss. She's a boss. Yeah. I loved it.
Well, so yeah, let's talk about it. Let's review Penguin episode 5. I've been enjoying covering that here. Mate, what a great episode. What a genuinely great episode. You know, one thing I really liked about this episode specifically, though, was how each crime lord, big boss, whatever you want to call him, Penguin, as well as the Falcone, well, Gigante, are basically rallying the troops. But the lesser troops, they're preying on the sort of thugs that have never been anything. They're getting rid of the old institutions of Gotham, because that's what Sofia did. Penguin doesn't have anything, so he's like, well, look, work for me so you can actually finally get what is yours, what is owed to you. And that was the same with the Sofia. And I just thought that was quite an interesting way to do it, actually, because you guarantee loyalty that way, right? You're not ruling with fear. You're leading with hope, which I know sounds like a weird thing, but that is still what it is, even in criminals. But I thought it was really interesting. And then Penguin's new underground lair. It's very Penguin-esque, isn't it? That was very Penguin-esque, finally. Anyway, what did you think of this episode? I thought it was just amazing.
I think it's brilliant. And what's funny is you bring up the made men thing, right? Because that was a big conversation point in this, is the made men. And yeah, no, that's 100%. My takeaway was the strategic thinking that Sofia is doing here is brilliant. And it's not just because of the loyalty thing, which you point out, which is an obvious home run, right? But it's the fact that she got rid of anybody who would go around her and backstab her. Because that's all the guys were going to do. She saw that coming. That's how we ended up with the last episode. But I like moving beyond Sofia's thing, right? I liked the situation where we now see the secret lair being put together and all of that, for the Penguin. I also still think it's super creepy. What Oz does with his mom all the time. That's just that's the strangest thing. That relationship's just uncomfortable in a lot of different ways. But look, Vic is 100% dedicated to what Oz is working on. You've got Sofia being a boss on the other side of town. The strategic thinking to kidnap the son, and so that's on the Oz's side. But then juxtapose that with what's happening strategically on Sophie's side by torturing I want to say Baroni, or having the really weird relationship he's got with her doctor. That's so weird. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know what it is, but this show has so many different intriguing subplot lines that I'm waiting for the inevitable. At this point, the inevitable is going to happen, and everybody is going to be charged up. So I really hope they don't make us wait till the last episode. I want the penultimate episode to be that, and then the fallout and the restructure to be the last episode. But I get my wish. We may get stuck on a cliffhanger, and then we're going to be asking ourselves, we're going to get season 2. So, yeah.
Well, there's a rumor that Sophia is going to be one of the big bads involved in Batman 2.
Which makes sense. She's wicked awesome.
Kristen Milioti is amazing.
Oh, she's so great, dude. Yeah, my opinion of her rises every episode. Yeah. My opinion of her rises every episode. She just delivers, dude. Right? She just does. Verbally, the whole 9 yards. And what did you think of the DeLorean?
The what?
The cars in this episode. You had a Maserati. You had several different cars in this episode. I thought
DeLorean.
Yeah, there was a DeLorean in there.
Where?
In the episode.
Where in the episode was there a DeLorean? Was there?
Yeah,
I don't remember seeing DeLorean.
Early on. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the nose of the car looked right. Could have been something else.
Well, the Maserati's a shit. Like, I hate to break it to you, Maseratis are garbage. Those cars suck. They're cool because they've got Ferrari engines, but Maseratis are totally dog shit. They're awful cars. They normally have electrical problems, and they actually normally go up in smoke. They normally set on fire. They're notorious for electrical fires, and yeah, they're just shit. So, don't recommend anyone buying Maseratis.
Electrical systems that are done on British cars aren't exactly world renowned either. So that's fine.
Because most of the British cars are owned by German companies now.
Why? All right.
Actually, Land Rover is. Yeah, most.
How did that happen?
I don't know. Just German.
Who owns Jaguar now?
Yeah, that was Mercedes as well, if I remember rightly.
Good gravy. Okay.
Bentley. I don't think Bentley. Yeah, literally a whole host of them were. Anyway, let's not get into too much car talk. Just such a great bloody show. It's such impeccable writing as well. Such an impeccable writing.
You want me to argue with you? I think it's one of the best shows that I've seen in a long time.
Penis.
What now?
Jeez. I said I want you to add your thoughts. Penis.
I gave you my thoughts. Speaking of penis, hey Nick.
Hey, penis.
Nick, what did you think of Penguin episode 5?
I liked it. I mean, I've liked every episode of this entire show. I mean, have I liked every single thing about every episode? No. I mean, there's a couple things that I'm like, but overall, I think it's one of the best shows I've seen all year. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, actually. No. Shogun still. But they're on par with one another.
Yeah, I still have not seen Shogun. It's on my watch list.
You're missing out.
I'm gonna watch it. I haven't started. I still got to start Tulsa King season 2. Also, I've not started it yet.
Yeah, I've heard that's very good.
The last season of SEAL Team. Haven't started that.
Yeah. Oh, where do you think it's going to go then with Penguin? What do you think is going to happen? I can't believe he set fire to the Maronis. Just burnt them alive.
Man, it was brutal.
Really brutal. And sorry to interrupt real quick. I think they've telegraphed what's going to happen because he was like, Vic, you gotta go. Get my mother safe. She's what keeps me good.
Yeah.
She's definitely gonna die, and he's gonna go
1,000%. He's gone.
Gonna go mental.
Yep, she's a goner. That's what's gonna push him over the edge.
Will that create a conflict between Oz and Vic at that point, though?
I reckon.
I don't know. It might not be Victor's fault, but if he loses it and snaps, maybe Victor's like, "Whoa, this is not the same guy," and maybe he steps away. I still think we're gonna get a Batman cameo by the end of this thing. I
think it, even if it's just like his back or something.
Yeah. I agree with that. What a good bloody show, though. Episode 5.
It's easy.
So we got 3 more weeks, haven't we?
It's easy to talk about. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's watching The Acolyte was fun in its own retrospect, just because I had fun just trashing on it. But God, it was a terrible show to watch. I am actually enjoying watching every single episode of this Penguin series, and I wasn't really all that excited for it. I was like, I'll check it out, But man, it had me hooked on the first episode. So.
it's just so there's something so refreshing about sitting down to watch something that's actually good.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And look, I get to do that once a week, and then I have to watch something that's just complete
What are you watching right now?
Agatha All Along.
Oh God, yeah. I skipped that. I was like, hell no. I'm not watching that. I mean, unless Nate was like, dude, you gotta watch this. I was not
No,
watching
mate, I'm
it.
not. I'm not. Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't you worry. Well, let's move on from our Penguin talk